Okay, hey, welcome back to another Black City Coffee vlog. So how was Coffee Fest? That's the big question. There's a lot to cover, so I think it'd be best to break it down, and what I want to do in this video is not just rehash oh yeah, it was cool. Of course it was cool. But maybe it would be helpful, maybe kind of lay out my experience, and that if you have an opportunity like that, what to maybe expect, how you can even open the door for yourself and be like, oh, I want to do something like that. Why I went anyway, kind of came out of the blue. So at first, booked a ticket to Coffee Fest super early and got the pre-ticket price, which was $15. That was a good deal. And because I wanted to just see the Mill City Roaster fam. I wanted to see Steve and Lauren and Bryant and see the Big Red Roaster and all that stuff. And that's the most I was going to do. Maybe walk the floor, go by myself, and do that. And then literally 2 weeks or something like this, 2 or 3 weeks before Coffee Fest, Hacea emails me. So Jared from Hacea emails me, and that's my green bean supplier, raw coffee supplier. He's like, hey, we're gonna invite a bunch of roasters to serve their own coffee at our booth. You want to do it? It's like, dude, that's dope, for free, I don't, And I was like, cool, yeah, I'll sign up. So I signed up, and then I thought, well, this is a perfect opportunity to make some content. I know Jared would like some content. So I said, hey, I have my whole team that wants to go, that can help create content and film and all this stuff, take pictures. And can you get them in? So he comped some tickets for them in exchange for making some content. I really didn't know what to expect from there. I really wanted the coffee to be good, and obviously you guys saw that I was making all these vlogs about, well, what should I serve? I wanted to serve a blend, and that wasn't going to work out, so I opted for just a really good quality green, which, when I was walking the floor of Coffee Fest, nobody was really serving free coffee or giving out coffee the way that we were doing it, so I think that was great. I think that was missing during the floor, is just getting a free sample of coffee. I really thought there would be way more of that. Maybe I missed it. Again, I had a very small snippet into what was being done on the floor, because we only went for a day. It was a 3-day event. I only went for a day. But yeah, I was like, let's serve a relatively more expensive green. Let's go light roast. Let's go experimental. Let's go bold and kind of acid forward. And I just wanted to serve what I would really like to try, and it always kind of blows my mind when I have coffees like this, so I wanted to share that with whomever came by the booth. So it was me, my husband, who took photos, brought the big boy cameras out. We had Sean do all the video and film everything for me, and then we had my sister Jenna, who actually got to serve coffee. So this was cool. So during the whole serve your coffee at our booth, I kind of knew I wasn't really into serving and brewing, because I'm like, dude, I'm probably gonna meet some people who have maybe seen the channel. I want to have a conversation with them. I want to be present, and I want to focus on that. I don't really want to focus on making coffee. I want to talk to them about the coffee. I want to talk up Hacea. I want to talk up that connection and that relationship, and even make new relationships when people come by the booth. And so I knew I really wasn't going to be making coffee, but because Jenna was there, we could actually brew it and do it pour over style, the way it's supposed to be drunk. Because I was just going to put it in what's that, Brewmaster, an 8-cup drip, just do that, and then just pour people little 1-ounce pours or something like that. And that's what we ended up doing anyway. So we really conserved on serving coffee and giving away this very high quality coffee. In my opinion, it's $8 something a pound. That's expensive. That was great. People were able to really try it, and I think that was really smart, because we were going back and forth about it, because I wanted people to experience what this coffee had to offer, and not have to get through a whole 8-ounce pour. And maybe mistakenly they drink it hot. They don't taste everything that this coffee has to offer. So we're pouring 1-ounce pours. It has a lot of time to cool down, and people come by and I already know they're coffee nerds. Probably I think most people who were into coffee, who were coffee professionals, really dug the light roasted coffee. Occasionally you have some people who were just there to make a green coffee deal, or wholesale coffee deal. Like those people weren't really talking to me, and when they were drinking the coffee, they're like, whatever. Maybe they're looking for a medium or something like this, or I don't think they cared. But I think for most part, whomever cared about the coffee, they liked it. And that was like just my biggest thing, like going into the whole thing. I was so nervous about that. I know I loved it, but for some reason, I deal with this sort of like imposter syndrome of not being able to accept that it's good. I don't know. I'm working through it. I'm working on it. I don't know. I know it's kind of silly. I know that logically it's silly. Like people are buying it. I have that validation. We go to Coffee Vest and people are saying it's good. And it was almost like a big like coffee hug, because I got to see Steve at Mill City Roasters first. So I was able to give them a bag of coffee. And he straight up brewed it. Like, what an honor. In the big red roaster. Straight up brewed it, drank it, and was like, it's good. I was like, thank you, I guess. Just like, I don't know. I'm weird like that. I don't know. I'm working on it. But yeah, it was really hectic when things were popping and people were coming by the booth, and it was really tough, like on me. I know I'm really not good at multitasking, where I can be having some conversation and being fully present with you and actually like making coherent sense, and then like serving coffee to another person. Like that's super difficult for me. I don't really enjoy that. I really like one-on-one conversations, and I'll dive deep with you for 5 hours and let's talk about life. That's my gig. But this sort of like chit chat, surface level stuff, it's really difficult for me. But I was able to do it. But I mean, that's just how it is, like I was able to meet so many people in a short amount of time and expose them to Black City Coffee, and talk up all my, colleagues there at Hacea, meet some local coffee people. We had Hidden House Coffee come by, and I've been like, which how you do online, you like just secretly lurk on everybody. Like the aesthetic or the vibe or whatever. And then Iron and Kin came out, and I was like, dude, yo. And we gave him the big he won the big giveaway. But yeah, super cool team, very aesthetic, very like photogenic. So really cool. Check them out. Everybody I mentioned, I'll put them in the description for sure. And if I forget you, let me know. I'll put it in there. And then people who knew of the channel and were watching the videos, that was so cool. That was surreal. Yeah, shout out, Genesis Coffee, Alex and Kyle, Rachel, she's starting a new roastery. There's another one. Lee, pouring me a sweet ass latte at the end of the whole day. If I forget you, I'm sorry. I'll update it. I was interviewed by Ryan from Roast West Coast, so he's like a full-time coffee podcaster. Wow, bravo, good job. That was very difficult for me. It's coming out, I don't know, in like a week or so, and I feel like twice in that interview I was not present. It was so hard to give the answers that I wanted to give and have all this distraction going on. So he's interviewing while people are coming through and want to talk to me too and like get coffee. Oh my gosh, it was tough. I definitely don't have that skill. I would need a lot of practice for that. And then yeah, the team just like holding it down and making sure like I could do what I wanted to do, which was like to talk to people and connect with people as much as possible. And I really thank them for that. So it's, that's my husband, is Jenna, Sean, just like doing all that stuff on the side, like the stuff that I would have done, how I had to do, film, make coffee, interview Jared and Luke from Hacea, like all that technical content creator stuff. I wouldn't be able to do that, and then also be present and talk to people. But the whole day of just like talking to different people and me being really a true introvert, like y'all know, like I just stay here most of the time, right? How else do you think I could make this much content? So I was literally zilch on the next day, and I needed the full day. Like, I don't know, being like just socially hungover. Socially hungover. I was like, wow, this is not like that barista life, that dealing with the public life, that cafe life. is really just not my vibe. I really love, it just got affirmed to me that I do, if I were to do anything in coffee, it was to be at the roaster, behind the scenes, making content on your own terms, talking to a camera. I'm so comfortable with that. And not dealing with the people in public and different people all the time and different energies all the time. It was tough. That's quite a skill, and I really am in awe of people who public speak and are getting in front of the camera, that are getting in front of the public. And my sister, before all this, because she's the one who introduced me into coffee and specialty coffee, she was in her zone. She was chatting it up with everyone. I mean, I'm sure she was tired after too, but she was serving coffee. She was like in her element. So, totally different. I've been to cons before, so conventions before when I was younger. I really kind of wrote them off in the past. I don't think I came with the right energy and presence and expectations and goals when I've gone to different podcasts. And I also feel like I wasn't in the right industry as well. So I've done, photography cons, I've done podcasting cons, I've done like art cons and stuff like this, design cons. Maybe what you're asking yourself is like, is Coffee Fest in particular the right con for me to attend? That's all. It's all still like probably what you would expect to hear from people who have gone. Like, well, it's kind of like what you make of it. Like the only reason I went was because of I knew somebody, and that just kind of goes to my own introverted personality. I know I don't have enough energy to last and like go out and be a social butterfly. No, like kind of know yourself and be self-aware of what you can handle. And I definitely was like, okay, on Monday I'm not going to go early in the morning. No, I'm going to go like after lunch, and I'm going to serve coffee after lunch. And I'm going to hit up all my people there. So we saw Mill City Roasters, we saw Clatch Coffee, and Hacea. And I was like, that was my goal. If I get anything more than that, then cool, fine. I'm not going to overstretch myself in terms of energy and try to do things that, weren't on my list, weren't on my goals. And I was like, with every interaction from those three entities, I'm just going to try to be present there, and that's it. Because I knew just how I am, and like the energy that I have these days, it's really different than when I was younger. So I was really trying to just keep an even flow of energy from myself so that I could, be available for people in an appropriate way, and I don't tire myself out. And so many of you knew about my, I'm going to get emotional. So many of you people knew about my fall, and you've been following the journey of like when I fell and I broke my neck and my back and stuff, and then like you guys are asking about it. That was really nice of you to bring it up and to ask how I'm doing, and I think that was really kind of you, and I really appreciate it. And I tell everybody I'm fine, and I am. But it was nice to know that you guys that you care, that you just cared to ask. That was really nice. I really appreciate it. And you know what, the floor of Coffee Fest, I didn't feel that it was very innovative. It looked like a run-of-the-mill sort of like, hey, we're going to do maybe some deals right now as coffee professionals. We might run into one crazy new thing on the floor. But really, we're going to go and meet our friends in the industry that we've been maybe chatting to online forever, and we're going to put a face to the name. We're going to be social for a minute, and then we're going to go back to our life. And that's usually what cons are, cons like conventions. Is less like we have the floor, sort of like social lubricant to get everybody to engage with each other. Otherwise, we're just like kind of all online and in our own like bubbles and stuff. So it's really good. I think these conventions are a great way for you to get out of your own zone, forces you to be social. If you're somebody like me who's like very introverted, I see this as a once a year thing, if that, for me to come out and to be that, I guess social is a lot for me, and I imagine for the many people that I met as well, I could see them also just like we're in the same boat energy wise, you know what I mean? So yeah, it was cool. I think it's good once in a while, and to pace yourself through those types of interactions for sure. All right, so I got to talk about this. We'll end with this, okay? We'll end with this. 20 minutes long. It's gonna be a normal 30-minute video. So meeting Steve, Lauren, and Bryant at the Mill City Roasters, Big Red Roaster, and Angie. It's just, what can you say? Oh my gosh, you know. Every single interaction, I've talked to everybody on the phone, over Zoom, and they are the makers of my roaster, my 1 kilo Mill City Roaster, all manual control, version 2019. I don't know, it was a trip. I was just like, this is dope. I was really nervous meeting them. I know I shouldn't be, and that was my best. It was my best to be cool, to be chill, to keep my energy sort of, you know, on the level, and not to be too fangirly, because cringe, right? But it was really good. It was really good to just be in person. You know, I think that's really powerful. And if you are maybe like me, or you never get out, try to push yourself to get out a little bit. You know, for me, they had to come to my own state for me to go and see them. But then I still had to drive my little 45-minute drive to get to them. So I think that was pretty good, you know, pretty fair trade. But yeah, crazy. Having Steve brew a bag of my coffee that I'm proud of this coffee, you know. I think I'm slowly starting to understand, like, they are not judging me, even though I do always feel that way. And not because, like, I admire them, but because I don't think I'm confident in my coffee yet, for some reason. Like I just said, I was talking about this earlier. But I'm slowly starting to see, like, these people are professionals. They don't have their ego tied up in anything. They're tasting the coffee. They observe the coffee for what it is. They don't attach any personal thing to it, even though they understand it could totally be that way. And that's what wisdom and experience looks like. You know, when I'm engaging with them and talking to them and just seeing how they are, I think those are just really key examples for me to live by, in terms of, like, how to show up in the world in coffee, in the world of coffee. I think that's pretty important. And the more that you can, I think, be aware of those types of people in whatever industry that you're in, that's great. You know, they're not officially mentoring me by any means, but they are unofficially mentoring me. I'm paying attention to a lot of stuff where I'm like, I like how Steve carries himself and how confident he is in what he's created. And yeah, he has the evidence to back that up, to be both an engineer and a very shrewd businessman. And Lauren, to be able to be such a gentle yet firm teacher amongst a lot of chaos and amongst a lot of noise in the coffee world. I think that's very key. I'm still learning from Bryant and who he is and his personality, and I really do like all of his little roast videos, roast vlogs. You know, the only thing that was missing, though, I was really missing Derek. You know, shout out Derek, wherever you are, in the mountains or whatever, wherever you are. We're friends on Instagram, but I really missed him. I really missed not seeing his and feeling his energy at that moment. I really missed him. But yeah, wow, you know, just an incredible experience. I think for me, just personally, professionally, I don't know. You know, I think it was cool to have Black City Coffee be there, and I was saying quite proudly that I was playing. I got to play today. I got to dress up as a barista, serving, whatever, coffee professional. I really don't see myself as that. But I got to play, and Hacea gave me that opportunity to do that and to showcase Black City Coffee, and to showcase, too, Nathan, who designed my logo. I put on my flag. You guys seen it in the studio. I I got to showcase that, and I think people like that too. So shout out Nathan for your awesome design work on the logo and everything. I'm so proud to always put that like anywhere, you know. So I'll put his link in the description as well. But yeah, so you know, that was my take on Coffee Fest. I met so many people. Would I do it again? Yeah, I think if I have goals that are in line with whatever I'm doing at that moment. I liked that it was sort of like a pretty quick notice. I kind of liked that. It gave me stakes. It didn't let me sit on my laurels, and it challenged me to like really sort of think about what I wanted to do, and I liked that challenge. But I also liked it not being very like serious. So it's cool. It's good. But yeah, anyway, Coffee Fest, thank you. Anaheim 2023. Hacea Coffee Source, thank you for allowing me to serve coffee with you guys and to share the stage with you guys. Mill City Roasters, thank you as always for being my North Star in so many ways. Thank you to all the people that I met on the floor, friends, fellow roasters. I'm inspired by you. Genesis Coffee, very, very inspirational. She takes what I do and does it times like 100. What? She's gonna do massive, awesome things. I can't wait to see what you do. To all of you who are doing your own thing in coffee, I really encourage you. I want you to be empowered to do what you want to do. There's room for what you want to do. Okay, good things. That was Coffee Fest. All right, we'll see you in the next one. Bye.
Oh, dude, that was intense.